CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition with Ann Mekovic.
Well, right now in the afternoon edition, burglars target several businesses in Berkeley overnight, leaving a big mess behind. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto in for Ann. We know at least 6 businesses in all were hit in burglary. 3 are popular eateries along Durant Avenue. Video shows shattered glass and broken windows at Kingpin Donuts, Gypsy's Trattoria, and Ibe's. Police got a call just before 4 a.m. Then before 5 a.m., a separate caller reported broken windows in businesses on University Avenue. They say Cafe Rio, IMM Thai, and Bobby G's were all hit with similar damage. Police believe the 6 burglaries may be related. No word yet on what was taken. After 5 a.m., a business owner on Carlton Street also reported their front door was kicked in. Police are now investigating. Folks in Berkeley were also shaken up this morning after a magnitude 3.1 earthquake struck the Hayward Fault. This happened around 9:30 this morning. The epicenter was just east of the UC Berkeley campus. The USGS says light shaking was felt in San Francisco. This comes after a magnitude 4.3 earthquake struck the same fault less than a month ago. For a check on the weather now, let's check in with meteorologist Jessica Birch.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that epicenter, too. I mean, gosh, it was just right before that MyShake Earth app, was supposed to do their annual training. And so really what I want to show you real fast as we head all the way over to the epicenter today, it's very close to that fault line and the exact same epicenter that happened just a couple months ago when it came to that magnitude 4.1. Now, as we head into the afternoon hours today, of course, we're going to keep a close eye on aftershocks near the Berkeley and the Hayward fault line area. But what we're also keeping a close eye on is weather conditions, because earlier this morning we had that dense fog advisory. And as we zoom in, you can actually see just the past 24 hours, that fog filled the Napa and Sonoma valleys, bringing in cool, cloudy conditions for those early morning hours. But now as we head into this afternoon, our daytime highs, they jumped right back up to 70s in our inland spots. We're on this gradual warming trend all throughout the Bay Area as we head into the coming days. By this weekend, we'll be right back to where we should be with sunny skies into the afternoon hours. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Jess. And as she just mentioned, this quake came less than an hour before a planned earthquake drill. Those with the Shake app might have gotten an alert around 10:16 this morning, and the big shaker truck in Oakland is in Oakland today at the Frank Ogawa Plaza to demonstrate what to do in case of an earthquake.
Drop cover and hold on. We're simulating a 7.0 earthquake, which is the same magnitude of the Loma Prieta. So we're protecting ourselves.
Well, San Francisco firefighters also marked the eve of the 1989 Loma Prieta quake anniversary. They conducted a live training and testing exercise of their emergency firefighting water system. And at note, while quakes are top of mind, homeowners, landowners, and property owners have until tomorrow to apply for a grant to retrofit homes that are vulnerable to quake damage. The grants are up to $10,000 depending on your income. Well,
so I'm going to be strongly recommending, at the request of government officials, which is always nice, that you start looking at San Francisco.
It's always so good to join us and have frank conversations in the morning.
Well, that was President Trump, who made comments yesterday during a White House event claiming local government officials requested help from the National Guard. He did not say who. So this morning, San Francisco Sheriff Miyamoto joined our morning edition to respond to those comments.
Do you have any idea who he could be talking about, saying that San Francisco leaders have requested boots on the ground here?
I have no idea, because I know that all of us collectively have said we've got this.
The federal agencies that are there. The mayor, the sheriff, and the DA are united in their message that crime is under control in San Francisco. Yesterday, District Attorney Brooke Jenkins pointed to scenes like these in Chicago, warning federal intervention could lead to civil unrest.
To see tear gas and all the things that are happening, we don't want that type of civil unrest or chaos here. Our job is to keep order in our streets. And right now, San Franciscans trust us to get that job done.
I trust our incredible District Attorney, Brooke Jenkins, our sheriff. They are doing the work. We are going to be relentless on keeping San Franciscans safe, keeping our tourists safe, keeping those that come for conventions safe.
Lurie also touted newly released city data showing homicide rates at a near 70-year low, and overall crime is down about 30% so far in 2025. Even the city's car break-ins that often make national news are at a 22-year low. And the focus on San Francisco's crime comes as Mark Benioff's Dreamforce conference comes to an end. Today is the final day. The conference began with national headlines after Benioff said he would support the president sending National Guard troops to San Francisco. He has since walked those comments back. Taking a live look at San Francisco and Oakland, two of the Bay Area cities where No Kings protests are set for Saturday. Organizers say it is an opportunity for people to show opposition to President Trump and his policies, including immigration sweeps and deployments of the National Guard to U.S. cities. Bay Area turnout is likely to be in the tens of thousands, similar to what happened during the previous No Kings Day back in June. In San Francisco, protesters will gather at Sue Bierman Park near the Embarcadero Plaza at 1:30, then march down Market Street to Civic Center. Other protests are planned at Ocean Beach, Lake Merritt in Oakland, and Alameda, Vallejo, Walnut Creek, and Mill Valley. Well, today, U.S. senators returned to the floor for a 10th attempt to fund the government, and once again, the GOP measure failed. On the larger issues like health care, neither side is showing signs of budging. The president's Office of Management and Budget says federal worker layoffs during the shutdown could exceed 10,000, but a federal judge in San Francisco granted a temporary restraining order to block the cuts for now. And Republican leaders just put forward a separate bill to fund the Pentagon for a year. That did not move forward either. The administration says members of the military, Coast Guard, and FBI are currently getting paid. For the very latest on the federal government shutdown, stay with us on air, online, and streaming on the free CBS News app. Still ahead at noon is streaming on CBS News Bay Area, lowering the cost of insulin. The new program just announced by Governor Newsom. And connecting to culture through wearable art, we're going to meet a makeup artist honoring Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. And here's a live look outside before you head to the break. Beautiful weather on tap. The Transamerica building standing nice and tall over the city skyline. We'll be right back. Let's give you a check of Wall Street right now. After playing in positive territory earlier this morning, you could see the Dow has now dropped down about 294 points as we head to the closing bell in less than an hour. In the meantime, a look at some of the other headlines that we're following. A path to affordable housing is moving forward in San Rafael. Marin County is helping the city purchase property for the Marydale Interim Shelter Project. The goal is to help people living in encampments find stable housing. That site will have 65 lockable cabins with shared facilities and on-site support services. Eventually, those cabins will be replaced with 80 permanent affordable tiny homes. And for the first time in 5 years, new moms in the East San Jose area will be able to deliver babies at a hospital close to home. Regional Medical Center is restoring labor and delivery services and its life-saving neonatal ICU starting on Monday. Santa Clara County took over ownership of the hospital 6 months ago and has been steadily restoring the departments that were cut by the previous owner, HCA Healthcare, to save money. Well, as the season shifts to the fall, the traditions of Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, come alive for many in our community. Len Ramirez introduces us to a San Jose artist who is helping people honor their loved ones through face and body paint, rooted in deep cultural meaning.
In a small San Jose home studio filled with color, culture, and concentration, Sherry Pedraza begins her work.
In my particular case, the body paint is a continuation of my passion.
She starts by brushing a smooth layer of white makeup onto her canvas. Today it's Laura, a Colombian-American client preparing for Dia de los Muertos. From hollow eyes to floral designs, Sherry transforms the living into the symbolic dead.
It's the people of diet, but we try to put our life.
Originally from Mexico City, Sherry grew up sketching as a child.
When I paint, I feel I am in the other world.
When she moved to the U.S., she worked as a cake decorator at Safeway. Then she began family face painting for free at parks in San Jose. The hobby became her full-time job. She's now booked months in advance for events and parties. But this time of year, Dia de los Muertos is especially meaningful.
I feel happy because it's good when you share.
Death masks like these, adorned with flowers, glitter, and even jewelry, are a celebration of life and legacy. The tradition blends ancient Aztec customs with Catholic holidays like All Souls Day. Perhaps the most iconic symbol is La Catrina, a skeletal figure in elegant European dress, first illustrated by Mexican artist José Guadalupe Posada and later immortalized in Diego Rivera's mural with Frida Kahlo. The image and the tradition have spread far beyond Mexico. In San Jose, fashion mixes with folklore at a Catrina catwalk. This fashion show was part of a fall festival sponsored by San Jose Jazz.
I'm happy, and the other cultures adopted these traditions. We can more big this beautiful celebration.
Back at home, Sherry paints another favorite client, her son Asher.
They see me dressed up as a skull, as a skeleton, but they also see that there is also beauty in death.
At last, the final touches go on Laura. Glitter, rhinestones, and a flowered hat fit for La Catrina.
I want to put something bright to finish it.
In a world that moves fast, Sherry's art reminds us to pause and to remember and to celebrate those who came before. And with vibrant colors, delicate detail, and deep tradition, Sherry Pedraza brings the dead to life in a beautiful way.
And be sure to watch our Hispanic Heritage Month special, Una Familia. That's tonight at 7:30 right here on KPIX, hosted by our very own Lem Ramirez and Gianna Franco. Okay, back to our first alert weather right now, giving you a live look outside. Look at those. I can actually see some blue skies out there as the city skyline looking beautiful on this Thursday. Let's check back in with meteorologist Jessica Birch. And Jess, you're talking about a warm-up.
A nice warm up on tap for us, actually. And as we head into the next couple days, you're going to notice it, especially in our inland areas. Mind you, that cold front that swept through earlier this week, it brought in daytime highs about 10 to 15 degrees below average. Today, we're back to where we should be all the way over into Redwood City. We're only 4 degrees below average from San Francisco into San Jose. It's looking pretty nice as we head outside today. So what does that do? That matches us up with 70s off into our inland spots with clear skies into this afternoon. Way different compared to what we woke up to this morning. Earlier today, we had a dense fog advisory up into the North Bay, places like Santa Rosa, all the way over into Novato. We're dealing with cool, cloudy conditions and that surface visibility, not the best, but things are looking a lot different. And of course, just earlier this morning, we had a magnitude 3.1 earthquake strike very, very close to where the 4.0 earthquake happened earlier last month. Now, of course, we're monitoring this closely for any aftershocks as we head into the afternoon hours today. This was at 9:23 in the Berkeley Hills, a 3.1 magnitude earthquake. Here's what's happening for us as we head into the next couple days. One more time, I'm just going to show that on the graphic behind me so you can see exactly where it was as we zoom into that Hayward fault line, by the way. Just near Berkeley, a little bit north of Oakland. We definitely had some rumbling felt in places like San Francisco, all the way over into Oakland too. We're monitoring that closely. But hey, let's go back to the weather. High pressure starting to build its way in. This is going to warm us up and dry us up as we head into the next couple days. So as I show you the next 7 days on our models, it's looking pretty nice actually as we head into this weekend's forecast. Let's head over behind me. You're going to notice daytime highs jump from the low 70s to the upper 70s in our inland spots, where today we're still sitting about 4 to 5 degrees below average. We're going to hold on tight to those upper 70s lasting into this weekend. We'll get some cloudy skies by Sunday. Originally, our models were showing a chance of some drizzle along our coastline on Sunday. Things are tapering off and looking a lot drier already. So you make your way over into the Bay. What you see behind me is our friends over in Oakland and San Francisco. We have 60s today, 70s tomorrow. Holding on tight to 70s as we head into this weekend's forecast with sunnier conditions on the back end of this weekend and early next week. We'll keep you updated on all of that here in the Weather Center, but for now, back over to you, Ryan.
All right, thanks, Jess. Well, the Niners are back at practice. They get ready to host the Falcons on Sunday night, and they just welcomed back one of the best players on offense. Matt Lively has much more from Santa Clara.
This is the Audi Red and Gold Report.
It's a new week for the 49ers as they prepare for the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. But it's hard to just move past the Fred Warner injury. The Niners star linebacker had surgery on Tuesday but is expected to miss the rest of the season as the team hopes another reserve can fill a starting role.
Our goal is to go out there and make him proud on the field and show him that the legacy and the standard that he set for this San Francisco 49ers defense is going to be upheld. I'm not trying to be like Fred. I'm just make sure I'm Tatum Bethune, and that's what I'm going to do leading forward.
When I get on the plane, I start watching the tape. It starts off a little depressing for me, just how the game went and thinking about it without Fred. And then I stop and rewatch it a different way from a different light, and it was very inspiring watching how Tatum played.
The 49ers are going to miss Fred Warner, but they are excited to get George Kittle back. He was on the practice field for the first time since injuring his hamstring in Week 1.
His presence is felt in every aspect of the game, and his energy is so great, so it'll be great to have him back out there.
It's football. We're back. Woo! Yeah!
For the Red and Gold Report, I'm Matt Lively.
And still ahead, a move to help drive down California's healthcare costs, how you may soon pay less for insulin. Well, the nation's largest banks are reporting a big jump in profits from last year, but a lot of Americans say they're struggling. According to a new survey by financial services company America, about 69% of middle-income Americans say their income is falling behind the cost of living, and that's up from 50% 5 years ago. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger explains why many people are feeling the pinch.
The cumulative effect of inflation, prices at the grocery store, prices for daycare, prices for housing, prices for healthcare, that is putting pressure on people. Even if you are lucky enough to have a retirement plan at work, that is for decades in the future.
The survey also found about half of Americans are increasingly using their rainy day emergency funds to make ends meet, with fewer people paying off their credit card balances month to month. Patients could soon start paying just $11 for insulin pens. Governor Newsom just announced the plan as part of California's new state-run pharmaceutical venture. California will be the first state in the nation to sell its own brand of generic prescription drugs. Earlier this week, Newsom signed a bill from State Senator Scott Wiener capping insulin copays at $35. And a new study is casting doubt on the healthiness of some popular protein powders and shakes. Consumer Reports says it tested samples of nearly 24 brands. It says about 70% contain more lead in a single serving than its experts recommend people ingest an entire day. Two specific products, Naked Nutrition's Vegan Mass Gainer and Hula Black Edition powder, allegedly contained well over 10 times the daily recommended limit. In a statement to CBS News, Naked Nutrition said third-party testing, quote, confirmed that no heavy metals exceeded FDA reference intake levels for adults, including for sensitive groups such as women of childbearing age. A spokesperson for Huel told CBS News its products undergo regular independent testing and they are completely safe to consume. And while there are no widespread federal guidelines for dietary lead limits, no amount of consumption is considered safe. Coming up, a classy move by a newly crowned homecoming king. Well, it's homecoming time for a lot of high school students. We want to share a heartwarming moment from a school in Georgia. After being announced as homecoming king, Roswell High School quarterback Trey Smith immediately gave his crown and sash to Jake Jeffries, a fellow senior with Down syndrome who has never missed a game. The crowd loved the gesture of the school's community-based instruction program, which shared the video, wrote on X, quote, moments like these remind us what true kindness looks like. Absolutely. Well, that's it for the afternoon edition. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 on the free CBS News app. Our next newscast is at 5 o'clock. Hope you have a great afternoon.